Hello, Liz. Look at you. You're so comfy. I'm sorry. I'm going to disrupt you, though. I gotta wash these sheets today. Uncurl yourself from the bed so I can wash them. I'm sorry. It's gotta happen. We gotta do these chores. Please don't be mad. Please. The reason she's mad at me is because I took the one thing away from her that she loves more than anything else in the entire world, and that is sleeping on my bed. She loves it. So when I go to wash the sheets, she hates it because she knows she's not allowed on the white of my mattress or any of the white sheets. So I put this blanket here to appease her so she can lay on it, but her space has been restricted. Welcome back to Listen, I Have an Idea. I am Heidi, and it is day 15 of NaNoWriMo. I am feeling so much better today. My wrist doesn't hurt as much. I got a great amount of sleep last night. I am ready to write. Today, we have a very busy writing day planned. I have a lot of different things I want to achieve today, and I have a lot of tools that are going to help us achieve it. The first being my almost finished, no longer iced coffee. It was iced at one point, but it is no longer iced. The next thing that's going to be helping today is the writing playlist. If you missed the video that I posted a couple of days ago, I'll link it up here. I talked about the writing playlist that I'm making public, and I'm asking you guys for suggestions of things that I need to add to it. So this morning, I spent quite a bit of time going through all of your suggestions so far and adding different things to the playlist. What I have done is I divided it into two sections. So the first half of the playlist is all of the songs, the high energy songs that have lots of lyrics, lots of other things going on. And then the bottom half of the playlist is all the instrumental music. So far, we have a lot of Taylor Swift. There will be a lot of K-pop recommendations on there. A lot of you guys are saying that you're listening to K-pop music, BTS, UI, EXO, a whole bunch of other things. My sister is a much bigger K-pop fan than I am, so I'm gonna have her input on some of the songs as well, and I will add them in there.
Last Man Standing by Raiden featuring The Boys.
Okay.
It's like epic. It's like hero music. Are you recording?
Yes, I am.
No, it's
Okay.
It's video game music, which is like epic.
I have a lot of other video game music on the playlist already.
Great one. The Boys.
The Boys, okay.
It's a great one.
So I had somebody comment that they've been listening to a lot of other K-pop music and K-pop Christmas music. And Emily, what was your suggestion for that one?
Christmas Evil. Come on.
By Stray Kids, her favorite K-pop band. So yeah, those guys will be added to the playlist as well. We're going through all the different K-pop albums. And this is the one I've been told. We need to add that to the playlist. Out of all of your albums, which one is your favorite?
You can't ask that.
Yes, I can. There's so many. Emily wanted me to show you her signed album.
So great. I have another one.
Another one. Ooh. Woods and SF9. I love the gold embossing in this one. Ooh.
I feel like I have one.
Miss Avion Paris recommended Heart Attack by EXO because the story that I'm writing is medical theme, and I absolutely love it. When I told my sister that you recommended this song, she said, Heidi, you have to add Overdose by EXO on there as well. So that one is right underneath Heart Attack by EXO on the playlist. Jess said that they've been listening to a mix of K-pop and then Christmas K-pop. And the first thing that my sister said when I mentioned this was Christmas Evil by Stray Kids. Stray Kids is her favorite K-pop band. So of course, both Christmas Evil as well as a couple of her favorite Stray Kids songs have made it onto that playlist. Savannah said they've been listening to Midnights by Taylor Swift on repeat, and I mean, who hasn't had it on repeat? I got all 5 copies of the vinyl right over there. I put Dear Reader and The Great War on this playlist because I feel like Dear Reader speaks to the writer in me, and I feel like it has to have a place on this playlist. And I put The Great War because that's slowly becoming one of my favorite songs on the album. But if you have a particular favorite, let me know and I will add it onto this playlist as well. Then we have our piano instrumental music. Mandy said they were listening to a lot of Yuruma. Before I added any of the particular songs that she enjoyed to the playlist, I went through and I listened to a bunch of his music. I added The River Flows in You and Reminiscent to the playlist, and then she said that Reminiscent was one of her favorite songs, so I'm so glad you introduced me to that particular song because I had heard some of his music before. I just wasn't familiar with him as the artist. Then we get to a whole bunch of soundtrack songs. The songs from soundtracks that I've added to this playlist are all dedicated to Tibbers, who said they've been listening to this particular song from the Elder Scrolls video game. I don't play very many video games, so I'm not familiar with a lot of the soundtrack other than The Sims, and those are not really really writing friendly. But another person I met through YouTube, Haley Bascom, said that her partner a couple years ago was listening to the Civilization 4 soundtrack, in particular Baba Yetu. And so I added that to one of my playlists years and years and years ago. So I've added it back to this one because I feel like it fits the vibe of this playlist. The other ones that I've added are How to Train Your Dragon, Test Drive. Basically, my entire write-in group that I go to, like the local write-ins, love that soundtrack. So of course I had to throw that in there as like a little nod to them. And there's a couple other songs that are inspired by one of my daily mixes on Spotify, which is pretty much exclusively soundtracks. We have a lot of Hans Zimmer in there. We have a ton of Disney music, more instrumental. We have some documentary music in there as well. It's just a really lovely mix. And the one I have added to this playlist is from The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. If you haven't seen that movie, it is so good. All right, enough about music. Let's get into the writing. I need to finish chapter 11 today to stay on target. I don't know how many words I have left in it. Probably another 1,000-ish words. I don't know if any of what I wrote yesterday is going to make it to the final cut. So I'll have to review that, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't, and then move on from there. Joining along with Becca's writing sprint today. Can't wait to get writing and join her. Battery just died. I was in the middle of writing. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I was definitely in the middle of doing some research and my mouse stopped working. So now I got to take it out of here. Luckily, it's rechargeable. So I'm just going to plug it in for maybe 20 minutes and see where that takes us. But in the meantime, I think I might see if I have any more double A's. I have some other IKEA batteries. Let's see. Does this one have any charge in it? Oh. We got a light. Haha, we are good to go. I think the blinking means that it is low battery though. That's okay. Get us through 20 minutes worth of charging and we'll be good. You know you're not allowed on the bed. But guess what? The dryer's done, so we can at least put a couple sheets back on there. Lizzie, the bed's made. Go ahead. Oh, good. Find your favorite spot. Oh, does it make you happy? Oh, yeah, your toy. Awesome. I'm so happy for you. So happy. That is the total words for today. 1851. Time to update them. A lot later now, and I did the majority of my writing without time-lapsing or filming or any of it. I just was in the moment. I wanted to get it done, and that is what I did. I'll stop my mouse. It's good now. It's working. Everything is a-okay. The light is perfectly fine. So we finished chapter 11 and chapter 12 is now on its way. I ended up writing 1,851 words altogether today, so it's not too bad at all. We were able to finish with about 1,000 words of that being chapter 11 and then the rest of it being chapter 12. We're just laying the groundworks for chapter 12 so far. Nowhere near halfway in. It's going to be a pretty heavy chapter. We do get to see Nate and Mara interact a little bit more in this chapter, and some really cute things are going to be taking place with the niece and then with the daughter as well. Was the NaNoWriMo website acting funky for anybody else, or was it just me? Because I tried to update my words on the actual website and it would not let me press the little plus button. I've been having issues with it reloading funny all throughout the month so far, but this time it was weird. It's like there was a glitch or something was down with the website and it wouldn't let me do it. I was only able to update those words on my phone and I didn't screen record it. So unfortunately you don't get to see me update the words today, but please let me know, was your NaNoWriMo website acting funny today? I also spent a good majority of time today researching my story. There's a lot of plot lines involving medical terminology, medical history, things like that I had to do research for. Since my main character, Nate, is a doctor, I did not want it to feel like I didn't know what I was talking about when I was talking about certain medical treatments. I know that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. It's late. My brain is not computing properly. So I spent quite a bit of time doing that. I think I have a really good grasp on that terminology, enough to be able to use it confidently as I go forward with my writing. The other thing I was doing too was a lot of Google mapping. Now that we are halfway through the story, I feel like I am safe to start Google mapping more places. I did a lot of Google Street View of particular locations. I wanted to know commute times, essentially. Things that Nate and Mara would see along their commutes to work, just to get more of a feel for the neighborhood, a feel for the hospital. Yes, it's based on real places in Seattle. They are fictionalized, but I still wanted to get really like a vibe of the area. So that is what I did. I spent a lot of time doing that. Too much time, maybe. Anyways, the writing did go really well today. Tomorrow, I have another write-in downtown. I'm really excited to go see everybody, and hopefully this week we will get a little bit more writing done. I think last week we got, what, like 400 and something words? This week, I'm hoping for at least 500. I think that's possible. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, happy writing. Bye. She is. Oh, so good. Oh, that's a big stretch. Look at you. You're so good. Oh, yes. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yeah, I love you. Do you want to get your toy? Where's your toys? Do you want Chippy?